Cucumbers are 96% water. Curved TVs were popular for a brief period. Custom video thumbnails can be uploaded after a channel gets verified. DailyBooth was a photo blogging site where users took a daily photo of themselves. Daisy Buchanan in The Great Gatsby is married to Tom Buchanan. Dallas had one of the most famous cliffhangers in TV history. DARPA's autonomous land vehicle was one of the first attempts at creating self-driving cars back in the 1980s. Daytime Emmy Awards are separate from Primetime Emmy Awards. Daytime TV often includes talk shows and game shows. Decanting is the act of pouring wine into a separate container to aerate it. Despite its downfall in the US, MySpace remained popular in other countries like Mongolia for many years. Dessert wines are often sweeter and served in smaller portions. DeviantArt has over 61 million registered members. Digital TV signals are less susceptible to interference. Discord initially started as a service for gamers but has expanded into other communities. DLP stands for Digital Light Processing. Doctor Who features a time-traveling protagonist. Dogs have a sixth sense that can detect changes in the environment or the health of their owners. Dolphins use a system of clicks and whistles for communication. Dr. Frankenstein creates a monster out of reanimated flesh in Frankenstein. Dreamt is the only English word that ends in mount. Dribbble is a platform for designers to showcase their work. During its decline, MySpace still had a significant user base among musicians and artists. During the Battle of Lepanto, Miguel de Cervantes, who later wrote Don Quixote, was wounded. During the Battle of Marathon, a messenger named Phidippides ran back to Athens to deliver the news of victory, inspiring the modern marathon race. During the Battle of Stalingrad, a single railway station changed hands 14 times in 6 hours. E is the most frequently used letter in the English language. Each king in a deck of playing cards represents a famous king from history: spades, King David; hearts, Charlemagne; clubs, Alexander the Great; diamonds, Julius Caesar. Earthworms have 5 hearts. Elephants can communicate using subsonic sounds. Elephants were deployed in the Battle of Zama, but they proved ineffective and even trampled their own troops. Elizabeth Bennet in Pride and Prejudice is one of 5 sisters. Ello is an ad-free social network launched in 2014 as an alternative to mainstream platforms. Emily Dickinson's poems were largely unpublished during her lifetime. Her sister found them after her death. End screens can be added to the last 20 seconds of a video, providing clickable links for viewers. ER was one of the highest-rated TV shows in the 1990s. ESPN stands for Entertainment and Sports Programming Network. eToro is a social trading network where users can copy the trades of successful traders. Every year, the Sahara provides the Amazon with essential minerals in the form of dust, traveling across the Atlantic. Facebook once had a feature called Poke, which was removed due to lack of use. Faceparty, a UK-based social networking site, once claimed to have turned down a $100 million buyout offer from News Corporation. Featured channels on a channel's homepage can be used to promote other channels. Fenugreek seeds are used both as a spice and an herb. Fortified wines have additional alcohol added. 40 is the only number that has its letters in alphabetical order in English. Founded by Chris DeWolf and Tom Anderson, MySpace was initially conceived as a social networking counterpart to Friendster. FourSquare users have left over 95 million tips for various locations. Fox News and CNN are often viewed as politically opposite. France is one of the largest wine producers in the world. France was still executing people by guillotine when the first Star Wars movie came out in 1977. Franz Kafka asked for all his unpublished works to be burned after his death, a wish that was not granted. French fries aren't French, they're Belgian. French fries originated in Belgium, not France. Friends had 6 main cast members. Friendster patents are now owned by Megaphone, a Malaysian payments company. Frodo Baggins in The Lord of the Rings is a hobbit. Fruit snacks and fruit-flavored snacks are legally distinct, only fruit snacks must contain fruit. Gaia Online is a forum-based social network featuring avatars. Galangal, often used in Thai cooking, is similar to ginger but has a more citrusy and earthy flavor. Game of Thrones had a budget of $15 million per episode in its final season. Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings belongs to a group of wizards called the Istari. Gangnam Style broke YouTube's view counter, which led engineers to upgrade the system. Geoffrey Hinton, often called the godfather of deep learning, is the great-great-grandson of logician George Boole. George Washington Carver revolutionized agriculture in the American South with his focus on peanuts and other crops. Geothermal power taps into Earth's internal heat. Giant Steps by John Coltrane has a chord progression that is often dubbed the Coltrane Changes. Gilligan's Island was originally black and white. Ginormous is an actual word in the dictionary, it means extremely large. Giraffes have no vocal cords. Giraffes have the same number of neck vertebrae as humans, 7. Glass is technically not a solid, it is an amorphous solid that flows very slowly. Go, also known as Golang, is known for its efficiency and strong support for concurrency. Go, the oldest board game still played, has more possible positions than atoms in the universe. Go is the shortest grammatically correct sentence in English. Goodreads has over 120 million members. Google acquired YouTube for $1.65 billion in stock just 18 months after YouTube's creation. Google's AI DeepMind reduced the cooling bill at their data centers by a significant amount after being tasked to optimize energy usage. Gorillas use a variety of vocalizations, including hoots, growls, and roars, to communicate. Grains of Paradise is a spice that tastes like a blend of cardamom and pepper. Grape harvests occur in the fall in the Northern Hemisphere. Greece's Santorini island produces wine from vines grown in volcanic soil. Grid energy storage allows for better integration of renewable energy sources. Habbo Hotel, launched in 2000, is one of the oldest virtual communities. Hashtags above the video title help in searching for topic-specific content. Hawaii moves 7.5 centimeters, about 3 inches, closer to Alaska every year due to tectonic plate movement. HBO stands for Home Box Office. HDR stands for High Dynamic Range. Hester Prynne in The Scarlet Letter is forced to wear an A on her clothing. High Five was once a competitor to Facebook and is now a social discovery site. High-definition television, HDTV, became available in the late 1990s. Hippos secrete pink sweat. Holden Caulfield from The Catcher in the Rye has been expelled from multiple schools. Holographic TVs are under development. Honey never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still edible. Honeybees can recognize human faces. Honeybees dance to communicate the location of food sources to their hive. Hootsuite is used by over 80% of Fortune 1000 companies.